Hi, this is anricb, and here are my top 10 working from home tactics and hacks. Number one, every evening when you're about to hang up your gloves or put away the cannons and the tanks, take 2 minutes to prepare your control room or your dashboard for a successful battle the next day. That means closing all your browser windows, and if you're like me, that's at least 50 tabs of things that you're working on, chat requests and windows, video training, things that you were halfway through, open documents, 35 linked spreadsheets. My life right now feels like there are about 200 open tabs and windows, and I can't figure out where the music is playing or how to turn it off. But, clean your desk, take a look at your battle plan for the next day, and prioritize the big rocks or the ugliest frog that you have to eat first if you read that book. If you need to create or write something important the next day, open up Word or Pages and write the title at the top. Close up everything else so that as soon as you sit down tomorrow, there's no distractions, there's no open emails, there's no open chat requests to distract you, and you've set yourself up to execute on your most important task as soon as you sit down. Down in the description and the comments, I will put the resources that I use on a daily basis so that you can pick the ones that will help you and that suit you. So number two, get dressed for work and make your bed and get to your office at the regular hour. I have spent some days being very, very creative in my bathrobe until 4 p.m. But even if I achieve a lot that day, I still feel like a loser. And ever since I've decided to quit that and shower, shave, make my bed, and be in my office at 0800 hours, I feel better. I feel more disciplined and I achieve more. And if you have never seen it, please watch US Navy Admiral William McRaven, one of our most decorated US commanders. His speech was a commencement speech called Make Your Bed. I'll put the link down in the comments or the description below. And just set yourself these kind of rules. My rule number 3 is schedule your entire day into blocks of 60 or 90 minutes at a max, whatever works better for you. Even schedule a lunch appointment with your wife, a play hour with your kids, walking the dog, cooking dinner, housework, whatever. Schedule everything. Because right now, we're all feeling a little out of control and shell-shocked. And the best way to regain control, composure, and confidence is to build a totally disciplined schedule. And within 2 days, you will feel more in control, and with more discipline comes more freedom, more energy, more time, and more control. All of those lead to confidence so that you can lead, inspire, and motivate others. And right now, the world needs that desperately. So chunk everything into blocks so that you're doing similar tasks all in the same time block. Learn to isolate, and believe it or not, even schedule your distractions. It's been proven that humans can concentrate for 45 to 50 minutes at a time. Some people are like 7 minutes. And after that, productivity, creativity, and focus deteriorates rapidly. That's why I schedule everything in 1 hour chunks, and then I set a timer for 45 minutes at a time. And then every 45 minutes, I take a 15-minute break. You can do a few push-ups, you can do some planking, or you can watch the shuffle dance on TikTok, which is my latest addition. Grab a coffee, I just did that, or take the dogs outside. See, number 4, connection and networking is critical right now. I know it's tempting to hide under the covers and subject yourself to watching hours of coronavirus updates from row upon row of politicians right now, but that's not inside the 2 Venn diagrams I spoke about last time. I don't know if I still have these here, but I have so many notes here, it's just crazy. There we go, my Venn diagrams. That link will be down below too. Because you see, you need to focus 80% of your time on the overlap of stuff that matters and the stuff that you can control. And other than checking in 2 or 3 times a day, if you really must, during those breaks, these endless updates are not inside those two circles, and they will trap you in an endless, debilitating feedback loop of fear and reaction, and this will cost you dearly. Connecting and networking right now, just like a superhero, is the very, very best thing that you can do for yourself and your fellow humans. I have a list of 10 people that I connect with every day, new list. I permanently wear my earpiece, and I have a permanent Zoom call running where all I have to do is click on a name and a number and cut and paste my Zoom link to connect with those people. I use Zoom all day. In fact, this actual video is a recorded Zoom call because it's just easier than setting up all the video cameras and all this stuff. You know what I mean? And that reminds me of a little joke. If you see me talking to myself, just move along. I'm self-employed and we're having a staff meeting. So anyway, if you are part of a bigger team, do not use things like Slack under any circumstances. That will kill you into this realm of distraction where everyone and everyone's dog can interrupt you all day long, and you've basically just recreated your school courtyard. Rather schedule a regular Zoom call check-ins with your team, say at 9, 12, and at 3 o'clock again for 15 minutes. It's so much more productive. I'll tell you, my phone is just ringing off the hook. The world has figured out that anricb is open for business, and if nothing else, you can reach him and he will help you. He'll guide you and help you elevate your game. So make it easy for people to reach you. Build new systems really quickly to pivot and adapt to these circumstances. And don't hide away. Reach out 10 times more often than you did before, because the world needs your leadership. And right now, you need to be a light in the dark for people. Last week, Laura Louise and I invented something really cool, because we found everybody was kind of like suddenly disconnected and isolated. And you see, we humans are very social animals. And I realized that all of us need to quickly adapt in order to continue prospering and growing and sharing and contributing and connecting. So we set up a site called Cocktails Live, not .com, just cocktails.live, and another one called digitalhappyhour.live, which is for our friends and family. And just for fun, a site we call wearpants.live to interact socially and teach people that they should always wear pants on a video conferencing call. I'll show you that video down below. Number 5, schedule and execute thinking time. I mentioned this in a video the other day, and the link will be in the comments below. I have lived through so many market corrections, government failures, riots, civil war. I lived in Hong Kong during the SARS crisis, and I have reinvented myself many, many times over. More importantly, though, I've spent time with some of the greatest trainers on earth. I've invested time with some of the smartest minds on the planet. And I've come to realize that success leaves clues, and that these super achievers, they all share some of the same rituals and habits. And this discipline of sitting down somewhere conducive, away from technology and distraction, to sit and think and design your next move is absolutely critical. You see, if you don't schedule it, it won't happen. But something magical happens when your brain knows that your thinking time is coming up. So watch the video thinking time in the links below. It's only 5 minutes, but it might just really change your game. Number 6, now is the time. One of the byproducts of any financial crisis is time. So instead of hoping for the best, now, absolutely now, like today, is the time to invest in yourself and acquire the specific skills and support that you need to stay afloat and maximize your odds for success. And be sure to follow an expert who has a proven track record and a clear system for helping folks achieve the exact outcome that you desire. You see, there's a lot of snake oil salesmen out there, but there are also unbelievably successful people that are out there and that are more than willing to help, share, contribute. And there are some of us that focus specifically on very targeted, narrow niche. You know, mine is very, very clear. I help to transform financial advisors, asset managers, and entrepreneurs that need to raise capital. That's all I do. And I'm about as good as it gets in that space, except obviously for my wife, Laura Louise, who is almost better at everything than me, except maybe technology and digging yourself into a deep hole. But there's also some really good generalists there and people that can help you. And if you want some suggestions on digital courses, training, and coaching, get in touch with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, or just visit my website, globalfundadvisors.info, and I will gladly make some suggestions for you. Laura Louise and I have spent about $250,000 on training, coaching, and learning new skills, and I most definitely have some recommendations and resources for you. Some of them free, some of them cost money. Number 7, set up your environment to win. Do not, under any circumstances, sit on the couch with your laptop. Yes, I too have been guilty of that in the past and have actually built a major asset management business from my laptop on the couch in my ski chalet many years ago in Switzerland. But it didn't take long before that constant distractions and temptations to goof off became unbearable. Yes, of course, set some rules inside the house, inform your family that you're working hard, and train them to wait for your breaks. Schedule their days and activities and chores whilst you're at it so that your breaks overlap, and then you'll be excited to meet up in the kitchen for a quick snack or a cuddle or whatever. Even the dogs have actually learned to adjust to our schedule. But also set up your dashboard or your command center so that literally you can be like Spectre in a James Bond movie. Mr. Bond, we've been expecting you. Or the president in a virtual situation room. Here's mine. I'm going to show you a picture of what mine looks like. And you'll see that I have these huge screens. They don't look that big on screen, but these are huge. And these are in turn subdivided into workspaces with an app called Magnet. And these subspaces are designed, into designated task like focused resources. The screen at the top up there is running training, webinars, and educational videos all day long. Like sharpen the saw, sharpen the axe type of stuff. Sometimes it's just beautiful landscapes or video music or my vision board slideshow, because that inspires me that I still have much to be grateful for and much to achieve. My video conferencing camera is placed on the top of a tissue box right there because I broke the bracket the other day. My iPad is set up right in the middle with all sorts of useful software, and I use it for the occasional, Facebook Control-Alt-Delete, where I like to post and watch videos of golden retrievers doing silly stuff, as you know. Headsets, telephone, all sorts, everything I need is on hand for absolute productivity. I also use an app on Chrome called OneTab that allows you to, let me show you actually, that might be easier. Let me share my screen with you. Make sure I have the right one. There's too many screens open here. Okay, share. There we go. So this app I quite like, called OneTab. It allows you to save and minimize all of your open tabs and then create groups of tabs here. See, so say for example, you're working on your website, right? So here's site maintenance. I just hit restore all. And then in the site maintenance, every website that I need to do my site maintenance is open. Or if I'm going to be producing training videos, right? When I'm updating my programs and my training courses, I need like 6 or 7 tabs open. So by hitting that tab, I can go very quickly into every tab that I need to have open for that moment. Here's the product I'm working on. Here's all my forms, sign-up forms. Here are the people. And here's also the Facebook group through which I interact with other Kajabians, right? And then when I'm done, I just close that tab again. If I'm doing any kind of social updating, very easy. I go to my social linking and it will update because I'll create a blog post, okay? And then I want to post that to LinkedIn. So I'll just copy the tab, go to LinkedIn, start a post, and bingo, ready is that. Then I want to do the same post on Facebook, Command V, and that is ready. Instagram, that's my beautiful wife. I don't use Instagram very much. I find it very much a distraction, but I use Messenger a lot because a lot of people use Messenger. And then on YouTube, if I need to update a video, all of that is there. Which brings me to my next point, is number 8, embrace video like never before. See, the world that we knew a few weeks ago has irreversibly changed. I have long since been coaching my asset management and financial intermediary clients to redesign their sales process funnels to make sure that the first 3 meetings with a prospect are a combination of video, webinar, and digital meetings. This is going to be the norm going forward. Trust me. People are embracing digital meetings and conferences like never before, and this is going to stay. So now is the perfect time to embrace it, learn the skills, and pivot. Because not only will it support your business and network during this time that we have no choice but to self-isolate, even long after the crisis is resolved, people will continue to embrace video, digital meetings, and virtual conferences. I learned it all in just a few days. I'm by no means an expert, but I have 10-folded my network around the world. My profile connections on LinkedIn have exploded. My YouTube channel that I used to use just for fun, motivational, and inspirational videos has turned into a massive source of new business for me. Frank taught me it's the 2nd biggest search engine in the world, and I suggest you get started right away. Number 9, LinkedIn. If you are in a B2B business and you're still not using LinkedIn, or let's say you're still not using LinkedIn properly, you are really, really missing out. You see, unlike Facebook, LinkedIn is a connection platform that is still relatively content poor. What that means is that it's not full of advertising BS like Facebook, or trying to spoon feed your political bias by only showing you certain types of posts, certain types of people or news. It's really a terrific platform that will really, really help your business if you use it right. Just think of it. There are 670 million people on LinkedIn, 167 million in the United States alone. Every month, there are 310 million active users, and that is going to go up 3-fold during periods like this. Yet some people, even my kids, still only use it as a quasi-online resume. That's only 5% of it. Everyone that I deal with in some way I've interacted with on LinkedIn with every week, some daily. LinkedIn makes up more than 50% of all traffic to B2B websites and blogs, and over 280 billion feed updates are viewed annually. So get some training on this. I can do it. You can get it somewhere else. It will only take a few hours of your life and you won't ever look back. Which brings me to point number 10. Last but not least, I really want to share an amazing resource with you. Have you ever heard of this one-man phenomenon called Frank Furness? If you have, consider yourself very, very lucky. And if you haven't, I think your life is about to change. Frank is a highly entertaining and good guy, but he's also an internationally sought after sales and technology speaker and social media presenter. He really is a specialist in sales technology, social media, public speaking, video production, you name it. And Frank has taught me more about digital media, social media, video, LinkedIn, and YouTube than almost anyone else on the planet. So here's the good news. I've convinced Frank to assemble hundreds of his training resources, videos, ebooks, scripts, software into one digital library. And it's actually normally a very expensive training course. But to help people during this crisis and pivot and redesign, he's really put something very, very, very special together. Let me just have a quick look at it real quick. Let me zoom up in here quickly. So Frank has dropped the price on that tremendously on his program. And on top of that, I've actually negotiated an even better discount using a coupon code. And to help you even more, I am throwing in a number of my resources and training videos, even a complimentary strategy consulting session if you're in the finance industry and you're interested in raising money or helping your clients, during this crisis. So here's kind of what I suggest. Go to the website, the website is wearpants.live. It's kind of funny, not .com, just wearpants.live. And sign up for this phenomenal training and these resources. And you will literally be able to completely redesign, refocus, and rebuild your business bigger and better than ever before. See, when life deals you lemons, yes, I know, some people get all sour and shrivel up. Some people make lemonade, but winners make limoncello. Send it out as gifts and use it even digitally to connect, grow, contribute, and make the world a better place. So now is our chance. And the next few weeks will really separate the men from the boys, the leaders from the pack, and the next millionaires, billionaires, and rainmakers. I've made my choice on this one, and I really hope to see you in the club. So here's my very simple ask of you. Check out the links of resources, use what you like, sign up at wearpants.live for the course, but at the very, very least, pay this forward, share, comment, and send this video to your friends and contacts. Maybe you can just help one person or two people or three people. So in the meantime, God bless you. Stay healthy, stay vigilant, and above all, stay positive.
When we're working, we are not available personally. And when we are in our personal lives, we are not available professionally. Create those boundaries. Okay, now I want to turn it over to the pros who've had to deal with all these dynamics themselves. Maybe even more recently than I have, since I've been doing this for 25 years of my own life. But so I'm just going to go down in order. And if you would just introduce what you do here for the team. Hey, looks like Kylie's having one of those extraordinary circumstances. Hey, the struggle is real, people. And then tell us about your setup. Like, what are the dynamics you have to deal with? And Marianne, I'm going to ask that you go first, please.
Standards of the profession, and in reality, I've heard that social work kind of has very high standards and like good standards in terms of things, and that oftentimes people of other professions don't have. Yeah.
Hold on.
What happened?
I saw nothing.
The question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
And what will it mean for the wider region? I think one of your children has just walked in. I mean, shifting sands in the region. Do you think relations with the North may change?
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me.
That's right,
pardon me. My apologies.
What's this going to mean for the region?
My apologies. South Korea's policy choices on North